Hello everyone, this is an update to the Legend of Xaeruta game that I've been working on. This is a game that I've been creating in the Project Spark application, which is available for Windows 8 and the Xbox One. I've primarily been developing all of the code in the game using the Xbox One interface. It allows you to create code using tiles, and all this can be done using the Xbox One controller. There's a few new changes that I've made to the game. You probably now see the heart meter at the top of the screen. This shows how much life you have, and every time your character gets hit, you take 1 heart of damage. But you can replenish your life by picking up hearts that are dropped by the enemies. Here you see me fighting 2 different types of enemy. One is colored red and they take 1 hit from the sword, and the blue ones take 2 hits from the sword. And they also drop different items. The blue ones drop blue colored coins, which are worth 5, while the red ones drop green coins, which were only worth 1. And there you just saw me walking across the bridge, and once I got to the other side, I picked up a heart container, which increases the maximum health by 1. And also I picked up the Trimaxa, which is the current objective of the game. You have to collect 7 of those Trimaxa in order to save the world. In the background you see some of the new terrain that I have added to the game using the Desert Terrain Pack. And here you see me walking along next to this little stream. And once I get close to the end of the stream, you'll see a waterfall, a nice waterfall effect. So at the top of the waterfall, there's another little stream and a water pool. This is a little bit tricky to pull off in Project Spark. You actually have to add a new game object, which is a floating water pool, and size that correctly so it fits in that this screen up here. And one other feature that I added is if you fall into the water, now it only takes you back to the last point on land that you were standing. And in this screen you'll see me walking up to an area, an elevated area, and I just picked up the next Trimaxa. And I also picked up a heart container in the process. In a future release of Project Spark, they're promising to give us the ability to load new levels into our worlds, and that will be very helpful. So once that feature is added, I plan on adding dungeons where those Trimaxa pieces are. Currently, if I wanted to do that, I wouldn't be able to, because there's a set limit on the number of terrain voxels that I'm using, and I'm currently near the limit of terrain voxels in my world. So right now it would be impossible for me to add any more land to my game world. And here's another Trimaxa. I'm also planning on adding new layouts for all the bushes in the game. There's also a limit on the number of world objects that you can place, so I'm trying not to place too many objects on the game world right now. As you can see, these enemies, they're dynamically created. At first I tried placing all of the enemies on the game world, and that just slowed down the game considerably. So what I have to do is when the player gets near a spawn point, I'll dynamically spawn the enemies, so you only see the enemies that are close to the position that the player is at. So the game doesn't spawn all of the enemies in the world at the same time, only the ones that are close to the player. So I'm thinking about doing something similar for the bushes in the game. So I'll have a way that the bushes will only spawn when the player is near them. I have a few ideas on how to place the bushes whenever the player is near the spawn point. And in the background that I'm about to walk into, this is the new desert terrain pack that I got, and I gave the game world a little bit of a different flavor in this area. And I also plan on having a different style of enemy in this area, not the standard monsters that you see there. Some other things you might notice is in the upper left hand corner, you see the different buttons that represent the buttons on the Xbox One controller. So for instance, whenever you press A, you swing your sword. If you have an item and you press X, then you'll use your item. And if you press Y, that will bring up the inventory screen. And that's an example of the inventory display right there. And currently it just lists the names of the items that you currently possess, but in a future release I hope to have it so that you can select which item you want to use from that inventory display screen. And also now at the top of the screen you can see the number of Tribe Maxa that you have collected, and also your current number of coins. And in this part you can see there's a little raft that you can ride across to get to the other side. And now I'm just working my way back around to the other part of the world to collect the next Tribe Maxa. And I'm defeating a few of these enemies along the way so I can earn coins to buy the items in the game. And here's the choose any road that you want old man. So what that guy will do is you pick one of the teleporters and it will teleport you to another portion in the game world. So you may notice that if you pick, for instance, the red road, it will teleport you to another point in the map, and the flames next to the old man will be that color, it will be red. Or if you pick the green teleporter, then you'll be teleported to the old man with the green flames surrounding him. So I just picked up the first item, the blue candle, and I picked that up for 60 coins. And once I did that, it put the blue candle, as you can probably see, over the X button. So that means once you press the X button, then you will shoot flames from the blue candle. Now there's currently no limit. I may add a limit in the near future, but right now you can use that candle as many times as you want to shoot as many flames as you want. And there you see the inventory display, and it now shows the candle in the player's inventory. I added a few more items to the game. If you go through this area, you can see 3 more of the items, the meat and the blue ring, and also the key. And currently the key and the meat don't do anything, but the blue ring, if you purchase that, then that will make you take less damage. And also you'll see the cost of each item above that item. So if you don't have the required number of coins to buy that item, you won't be able to purchase that item. And here's a health refill pool. Once you go up to that little pool and stand next to it, it will regenerate all of your health. And here are a few more of the screens, or a few more of the areas that need bushes placed. So I'm hoping to work in a new technique, like I was talking about earlier, to populate bushes in those areas. So there's another Tribe Maxa. I'm up to 5 pieces now. So there's only 2 more pieces that I need to collect. and I'll be headed to the next area. I'll be working my way through the graveyard in order to get the next Trimaxa piece. And currently in the graveyard there's various gravestones. I'm hoping to add ghosts in the near future. I haven't found a good character or object in Project Spark and their gallery to represent a ghost, but I'll keep on looking. Maybe there might be an effect or something to create a neat looking ghost. And here's the final sword. So this is the most powerful sword in the game. Now, the first sword was near the beginning of the game world. The second one was at the top of the waterfall, and this is the final one. Currently, there are no requirements for picking up each of the various swords, but I may add a requirement that you have to have so many hearts in order to pick up each of the swords. And now we're back near the location where the old man is that lets you teleport on any of the roads. I'm going to warp over to the other portion of the world real quick to purchase some of the items. This merchant, he has a shield, a bomb, and an arrow. So the bombs are only 20 coins, so I went ahead and picked up a bomb there, and now you can see it in my inventory. But currently you can't use that item. It really doesn't do anything at this point. But that's something that I'll probably add in an upcoming release. So if there's a boulder or something that you need to get out of the way, you'll be able to place your bomb and destroy the boulder. Or you may just want to use your bombs to attack enemies. So that's something that should be coming up soon. So here is the 6th piece of Trimaxa. So only have one more left. So I'll be working my way back around, and the last piece of Trimaxa is near the center of the game world. It's on an island, so there's one more raft that I'll have to ride to get to the other side. And here's one more heart container that I can pick up from an old man. Currently, all of the heart containers are out in the middle of the game world. In an upcoming release, I want to have it where you will have to like burn a bush or blow up a boulder in order to get to a cave to pick up those items. So those items aren't just sitting out in the middle of the game world. So here's the island that contains the last Trimaxa. So this is another one where you have to ride a raft to get to the other side. So pretty simple. When it gets near, you just hop on the raft and enjoy the ride. So this is the last piece, and I hope to have more items added soon, and also plan to have new enemies with new AI and dungeons as soon as Project Spark allows switching between worlds. So that's it. That's all the pieces. So you have collected all the pieces, and you are a hero to the entire kingdom. So also plan to have new boss battles, new monsters. There's a lot of different things you can do with Project Spark. You're a little bit limited by the number of characters you can have, but you can do quite a bit with it. And I plan to have many new updates soon. So thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to check out Legend of Xaeruta on the Project Spark application. Thank you.